I guess to kind of start off, Sam, how did the script come about to you? Like, when did you first get a part of it?
I actually got the script and got a message from Nico and saw some of his earlier work the April before we shot the film.
Okay.
And at the time I was busy and I couldn't actually make the film. And I think Nico had another project as well, and so it kind of all got put off until that fall. And I was thrilled at the moment because when it came back, because I was completely in love with it. And the time frame ended up working out like perfectly. I had just gotten back from this other film, and it enabled me to go to Argentina and make the film. So,
I mean, because that busy schedule, I mean, you're all over the place right now. Rosewood, I mean,
yeah.
busy.
Yeah, we shot the film a couple years ago, and but it's been good, man. Like, it's nice to stay busy, and especially in this profession that's so, fickle and when you're not working, it's just miserable. And so it's nice to stay busy. Yeah.
Well, I've got to ask then, being able to play this type of lead, you get to kind of play a whirlwind of emotions. You start out confused like we are as the audience. I love that opening of the film.
Totally.
And we get to go on this journey with you completely through.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Me too. I think it's maybe my favorite film I've ever made. I love it so much. I was psyched because the guy was so raw. You know what I mean? The whole thing was completely vanity free, and really, I got to play this really three-dimensional, interesting character, and it was brought out so well by Nico and the whole team involved. I mean, it was such a tight group of us down there making this film, and it was just such a collaboration. It was so amazing to be able to do it. But yeah, that kind of fish out of water situation. I mean, I think that's such a universal thing for so many people, who are traveling abroad or who are expats or immigrants of any kind. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's especially, the other huge element here obviously is the fact that it's social media driven.
Yeah.
This guy like kind of had a crush on this girl and was like sexting with this girl, and like that's such a universal thing for so many young people now, and he got catfish basically. So like, it was great. I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
Well, I don't want to ask this question, but have you ever gotten caught in a weird situation with texting, or, I mean, maybe not that type of sexting, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I've been married for like 10 years. I actually met my wife here 15 years ago in Austin.
In Austin?
Yeah. On a movie down here. She was going to UT. And so this is really special. Actually, 15 years ago tomorrow is the day that we met.
Wow.
So it's pretty wild. And the movie is playing at the Draft House tonight, and that was where our first date was.
That's
so
crazy.
it's pretty wild, man. Like, life comes full circle in such bizarre ways. But yeah.
What about being able to, I mean, international film, this is much more than just your typical New York romantic
Absolutely,
story.
yeah.
Was it fun to have Nico's presence taking you across to another culture?
Oh, it remains one of my favorite elements of the film, was being able to immerse myself in their culture, and they were so wonderful and warm and welcoming. And like I said, I think it was only like 20 of us making the film, and we were in the middle of nowhere. As you've seen the film, you can tell, like, we're like 2.5 hours up the river from BA, and so yeah, just like, it's such a, I'm in love with it. Like, now my wife and I have been twice. We went back for a film festival there, and it was just a transformative experience. I love it so much. I want to go back. Like, I want to go back as much as humanly possible. I'm so excited that we have friends there now, that we have an excuse to, even though Nico lives in New York now. But yeah, man, it was a tremendous experience. I love traveling, so like, for me it was just the best.
I've got to ask, there's a lot of physical comedy to your performance.
Always.
Who inspires you when it comes to that type of element? Like, what actors do you look towards? Because
Tom Hanks.
Really?
He's been my hero for my whole life. I mean, there's so many actors though that you draw things from. There's so many people in life that you draw things from. But yeah, then there's people that inspire you the most, and definitely his earlier work, was something that kind of helped form like me as a human being.
Like, you can totally see it.
Dude, yeah. I mean, like, Money Pit and The Burbs and Joe versus the Volcano and like those, you know what I mean? Like those, and that's a weird pull right there, but like, you know, like he's just, I've always wanted to kind of be multifaceted, and I think he's like the one that does it the best. Yeah. So there's other guys out there. Matt Damon, I think, is like an extremely talented guy, and there's a bunch of actors who I really admire. But yeah, thank you. Everything I ever do, there's always an element of physicality. It's just part of who I am, I think.
Very nice. Yeah. Producer credit on this.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that? Is that going to open up more avenues for?
I hope so. Well, here already, like Andrew and I, Geller, who you'll probably be talking to in a few minutes here, are working together, and Nico and I have talked about collaborating again. And like to me, it's like, when you find people who you really love and collaborate well with, that's such a gift. And so for me, this has opened my eyes to wanting to. I've always wanted to do it, but this has really opened the door for me to be able to with people I love. So Andrew and I are developing something right now with another friend of mine, which is really, really exciting. And Nico and I have talked about several things, and it's great.
Are you wanting to stick with feature films? I mean, obviously you're on TV so much. I mean,
I like doing both. TV. I like doing both. If I can do both, then that's what I prefer. But television for me is wonderful because it provides the consistency that films don't. You know what I mean? I have 2 kids, and so to be like locked in on a show and like know that I'm going to work on Monday is like a pretty great thing. You know what I mean? It's like, because movies are great, but they last like a month or 2 unless it's a huge movie, and then you're like, okay, what's next? Unless you get another one while you're shooting the one which is beyond rare for a guy like me. And also it's tough to find things that you're really genuinely excited about. There's so much content now that to find things that like are really hit a chord with you. It's tough. That's another reason why I love this film, because it was like that perfect blend of like the character, the story, the people involved. It was just all of that stuff rolled into this wonderful package.
Can you talk about being able to deal with international press, taking the film to other places? I mean, with like Superman Returns, y'all got to move. I believe y'all did a lot of international press with that as well. Like
they did.
So you weren't able to go out?
No, but for the show that I was on Sci-Fi, we did a lot. It's a show called Being Human, and we did a lot of international press for that, and it's awesome. I loved, like I said, I love to travel. So like we went all through Europe for that show, and obviously Argentina for this, and everybody's got a different style. But I find that everyone who has ever interviewed me has been on that level internationally has been wonderful, and tried really hard to engage and been very well versed in the my work and not only the project that I'm promoting, but also my library of work, and so it's been it's really cool. Yeah,
I've got to ask, since the film starts with an impulse buy. I mean, he buys a ticket.
Wasted.
What's the craziest impulse buy you or your wife have ever had?
So we went to Hawaii when my son was 2. And we were there for like 2 weeks. We went with the whole cast of the show that I was on, which was so much fun. We were there for like 2 weeks, and the trip was coming to an end. I think this is probably one of the most impulsive buys. They always have to do with travel. And we decided to stay for another 10 days after everybody else left. It was just
so like almost 4 weeks.
Yeah, dude. We were in it to win it. It was awesome. And then we took a crazy trip before we had children. It was kind of the point. It was this crazy, amazing trip to Italy. That was like a kind of an impulsive thing that we were just like, let's just do it. But yeah, travel. That's pretty much it. I can't buy things impulsively anymore because I have too much responsibility in my life, I think. But yeah.
When the kids get older, where would be the first places you'd like to take them traveling-wise? What would you like to show them?
That's a great question. I'd like to take them to Australia. I lived in Sydney for like 6 months shooting Superman, and I loved it there so much. So I'd like to take them there. Places I've been, or places that I want to go to as well?
Both, yeah.
I'd love to take them through South America. I'd love to take them through to Peru, and I'd love to take them to Argentina and see Patagonia. And I'd love, because also like that we have friends there now and people that we could travel with, and so that would be South America would be probably our go-to. Also, a dream of my wife and mine is to own an Airstream trailer, like a big old Airstream trailer, and then just drive everywhere. So I'd like to see all of Canada and go through, the western part of Canada and Lake Louise and Banff and see all up into Prince Edward Island, and then go all the way down south. And there's so many places to go in California too. It says California is such a great state for driving. Sorry, I'm rambling.
No, it's perfect.
That's
Now that producing has opened up, are there other elements? I mean, director's chair. I mean,
for sure.
What's up next for you, Sam?
Well, I'm working on Rosewood. I'm developing this thing with Andrew, and I'm also trying to develop there's two different things that I'm working on with my writing partner in Los Angeles, TV shows. So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that someone will just give me a chance. The next thing I want to do is write something great that I actually get to make and produce.
Yeah.
That's like my next big venture. So working on a bunch of stuff right now.
Rosewood gives you a different look to what you've previously done. I mean, this role's a little interesting.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a little.
It's got parts of you, obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Well, it's funny because it started out as something on the page that was different than what I brought to it, I think, and then they kind of formed it around me, I think, a little bit. So it's been nice. It's been good. I really love the people I'm working with. It's been a really nice, fun, consistent job. So,
well, I guess the last question. I know your time in Austin's going to be short. You got to get back.
Yeah.
And now that I know that you and your wife have this connection, are you planning on stealing away a second and trying to pick something from Austin to take back to her?
I wish, man. Yeah, it's a good question. If I could get to the Draft House, maybe.
That'd be awesome.
The problem is I leave at 6 tonight, so I literally got in at midnight last night, so I'm here for less than 24 hours. It's crazy. But oh God, I'd love to. So for my kids too, I'd like to get them something. I don't know what I would get them. It's like a T-shirt. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Keep Austin weird.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, for sure.
Sam, I really appreciate the time. Love your work. Love this role. This was amazing.
Thank you.
And can't wait to see more of you on TV.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.